I'm not saying that Christianity is bad, but religions came to Africa with intentions. Not because that whites brought religions because they like us so much, but they had targets for that. So the kingdom was divided, land was stolen, everything was spoiled during that time, but the king stuck on his ground. So that's why you call him a celebrated hero. Many books on the side of the church are written against him, calling him a very bad king. I'm sure you have many views about him. Many people have negative things about him, but that came because he never subscribed to the same school of thought like them. So we call him a hero, King Mwanga. Yeah, actually, if you read the book, there is a book called The Untold Story of Martyrdom. That book says, sometimes doesn't sound well to the believers, but martyrs were victims of ignorance. They died of issues which they never understood. Yes.
So, yesterday was Martyrs' Day. Very many Catholics take these people who were killed by King Mwanga as martyrs, in fact as heroes. On the contrary, there is another view of them being called rebels, because we all know it was a time when the colonialists were here. One of the things the colonialists used to soften the hearts of very many African countries so that they can be colonized was religion. As the reason as to why they got a lot of backlash, and even up to now, religion has, most especially the biblical religion, has some factors of colonialism. Although religion is a soft issue, most especially in Africa. Some people can deem you, because people think with emotions. So I don't normally want to tackle it in depth, because I can get a backlash here online. But today, in today's episode, I've also come to give you another side of people who call these martyrs rebels, so that you can understand the two sides. At least majority know the other side of being of the people who are being called martyrs. In a Catholic church, any person can be declared a martyr if the due process is followed. So in this episode, I've come to talk about the Martyrs' Day, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the sedimentaries we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want you to be new to this channel. Please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagari. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. First of all, the Martyrs' Day is one of the biggest celebrations in the country. People come from across the world. Martyrs have been gotten monuments even outside Uganda. For example, in Mozambique, there's a church called Charles Rwanga, a Ugandan name. I've ever seen a white called Chizito, because Chizito was a martyr. Okay, but there are some other views as they are being explained by a man from the Buganda kingdom, because we all the martyrs were killed in 1888 there. That was the time when colonialism was the peak, and the religion was being used as a stick to colonize people. Although it also brought some humility and humidity amongst people, but also it was a factor in colonialism. There's no doubt. So according to some of the people from the Buganda kingdom, they see Mwanga as a devil. They see Mwanga as a Satan, not knowing that he was protecting our country. To an extent that by the Mwanga at the end, he was exiled to Sicily together with the Kabaka of Onyoro. Okay? So these people, by the Mwanga, is among the pillars that fought for the independence of the entire country. It's the truth. Okay? Him and Kabalega were exiled to Sicily. Mwanga died there. Kabalega died on his way. So these people have a background of fighting for our country. Before I proceed, I want to leave you with this tape. It is going to be, I think, a 3-minute tape. A person explaining the other side of Mwanga and the martyrdom. Here's the tape.
So we saw the issue of the Uganda Martyrs. Now, martyrs to the side of the church, they are heroes who died of their faith. To the side of the kingdom, martyrs are rebels. They disobeyed the king. When Christianity came to Africa, Christianity caused diversions. Missionaries came preaching Christ as the king. And we had kings here. They proclaimed the kingdom of God. And we had our kingdoms here. And if it was you, you were king and somebody's preaching that there is another king coming, then trouble comes in. These matters, most of them, they were pages in the king's palace. In Buganda, a prince who is expected to be the king, they bring boys of the same age to grow up with him. So that when he becomes a king, he has immediate advisors of the same age, elders who could advise him on issues. So matters were the same story. Most of them had grown up with Mwanga. I'm sure you know St. Charles Rwanga. Yes. St. Charles Rwanga was like a brother to Mwanga. So when Christianity came, they embraced the church and they abandoned the kingdom. So this was like treason. They betrayed their brother. And the penalty when you disobey the king is death. So they served their punishment. I'm not saying that Christianity is bad, but religions came to Africa with intentions. Not because that whites brought religions because they like us so much, but they had targets for that. So the kingdom was divided, land was stolen, everything was spoiled during that time, but the king stuck on his ground. So that's why you call him a celebrated hero. Many books on the side of the church are written against him, calling him a very bad king. I'm sure you have many views about him. Many people have negative things about him, but that came because he never subscribed to the same school of thought like them. So we call him a hero, King Mwanga. Yeah, actually, if you read the book, there is a book called The Untold Story of Martyrdom. That book says, sometimes doesn't sound well to the believers, but martyrs were victims of ignorance. They died of issues which they never understood. Yes, can be true, yes. Yeah. Yes. Among the martyrs, we had a boy of 14 years, I think. How can a 14-year-old boy understand the politics of the British? You can put that into contextual reasoning and see. Most of them, when they preached resurrection, they thought it is immediate resurrection. Up to date, we've never seen anyone coming back. Yeah. So, confusion, ignorance, and many things, happened during that time.
That is one of the Uganda officials. So, until when the lion tells the story of the bush, at least we must get also another side of story, maybe of an antelope. We may get two divergent views. Okay? So for me, what I think is religion by that time was used as a tool of colonialism. It was used as a tool to make people rebel against their leaders. It led to their martyrdom. In each and every country, these activities can lead to death. Oh, okay? As the things were explained to by the Buganda officials. So for me, I think I'm not condemning the matter day, okay? But also we must learn to look the other side. And secondly, I think even the Uganda government should put in even more money in such days so that they can be used as a tourist attraction, because very many people across the country come to Namugongo on 3rd. So government must start putting up infrastructures to make this incentive issue, because such things in other countries are used as tourist attraction, but they can also uplift the lives of people around that area. What do you think? Of course, you can tell me your opinion by commenting on this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is the first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. Let me also take this opportunity to tell you that I'm going to come and ask for your mandate as an MP for Makindye East Constituency 2026. I have what it takes to be the best leader Makindye East would ever have. It's been a long time when our voice is not heard on the floor of Parliament. It's so far almost 15 years. I think Makindye East Constituency stopped shining during Sebana Kizito's era. We've been getting members of Parliament. That's why they have been serving one term, because they failed to raise the expectation of the people, of the great people of Makindye East. It is time for you to vote for a leader who will uplift their voice, and there is none other than Kabuye Sulaiman Mawagali, the next MP for Makinge East constituency. I'm here asking for your support and vote. I'll see you on another one. Peace.
Nange benjagala obulungi.